Yo, what is up YouTube? It's Martin here from CardsAtHome, back with another video, and this time I'm recording this really awkwardly because I'm holding the camera in my hand, because I thought I will show you guys some of my old stuff that I did when I was a lot younger, because card games has been like it's just been a huge part of my life ever since I was young all the way till how old I am now. Just a bit about me. When I was younger, I didn't used to create card games as much. I was a huge fan of Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger, not so much now. So I used to create my own cards for Yu-Gi-Oh itself. I also used to create my own series. I wanted to make my own comic book. So yeah, as you can see here, there's a bunch of papers. There's also these textbooks and stuff. I've got my stuff in it. This is actually an old maths book from my school. So you'll just see there. Me, my maths, that was my old maths teacher. But anyway, so yeah, I'll just briefly show you through it. I mean, hopefully you can see. There's just like here, there's just a bunch of writing. Hopefully you can see it, because my camera's, I don't know if my camera's actually that good. Do be sure to tell me down below if you can actually see this. If the quality is bad, I would really like to know. So yeah, I can sit here and talk you through all of this stuff here, but I'm guessing that'll be a bit too boring. So I'll just briefly show you through like the pictures and stuff and designs that I came up with when I was younger. Okay, so first here we have Zera Jr. Because there was this period where I used this card called Zera the Mant in Yu-Gi-Oh! It was like a ritual monster, and I wanted to like create a deck around him. I'm not too sure why, it just happened, so it happened. So I created him a little junior version. He has a little dummy in his mouth, and it just basically looks exactly like him. And then there's just a little drawing of Winkaribo down here. The next one here is Elemental Gladiator Neos, because there was a period where I had a friend that was really into that, the Gladiator Beast deck. And because they did the whole contact fusion thing that the Elemental Heroes introduced, I thought, why not put them two together? So Gladiator Neos was born. Before, you know, Gladiator Neos was used in the actual Yu-Gi-Oh movie itself. And then next here we have like little stickman cards that I've done. Probably a bit too small for you to see. There's just a little guy here, little guy there, little guy there. It was this little archetype that I called the Avengers, I think. So here we've got, I don't even know if you can even read those, but this one down here is called Avenger Cannon Bombarder. Then next you have Avenger Mischief Meister. And then Avenger Swift Striker, and then Avenge to Revenge, which was like a trap card. Okay, so the next card here, or next drawing here, is Flame Veil Fighter. This was actually drawn for a friend of mine, because he was really into the Flame Veils at one point, so he wanted to create his own card. So I drew the picture for him, and he created the effect and stuff, and I just drew the picture. And then on the back of it, we have a Flame Veil equipped card, which was called Flame Veil Sword, which was the dude from on the other side carrying like a flaming sword, I guess. Okay, on the next part was like the biggest part of my youngest Yu-Gi-Oh life, I guess. I used to use the Batteryman deck, and I created like a dark version for like a story that I wanted to make for myself. So we have -88 here, -C, -D, -Cell, and then Nega Charger. Next we have Elemental Hero Lieutenant Silver, which was just Captain Gold's second in command, I guess. Then we have Robo Master, Robo Dog, Robo Cat. Then I thought this was a really cool idea now that I'm looking back on it. But I made a thing called the Crystal Heroes, which was like the Crystal Beast fused with the Elemental Heroes. So here you have Sapphire Wing, Ruby Lady, and Lightning Claw. And then on the back we have Crystallization, which was like the card that made them fuse, I guess. Okay, next we have, this is when me and my friends were more into like synchros and stuff, because we have Flame Veils, Ice Barrows, and all those. Here we have Overburn, which was a Flame Veil support card. Then you have Dying Will of the Ice Barrow, which was an Ice Barrow support card. And then down here we have Assassin of the Ice Barrow, which again was another Ice Barrow card. Then next you have Gen X Trooper, because I was really into Gen X at one point. And then next you have Freeze, which was another Ice Barrow support card. You have Frozen Soul, which was another Ice Barrow support card. And then here you have Mizuki, the legendary swords on the Ice Barrel, which you may recognize from... Hold on, let me just grab the card. From here, which I created for Go Gauge. I created him once again into a new card game. This is the updated version, that's the old version there. Just he's not part of the Ice Barrel anymore, he's on his own now, I guess. Alright, now up next, this is like an even more bigger part of my Yu-Gi-Oh life. This was like when Yu-Gi-Oh was a major thing in my life. I moved on to Black Wings. Black Wings was my absolute favorite thing ever in Yu-Gi-Oh. Crow Hogan was my favorite character along with the Black Wings. I loved everything about them. So yeah, I wanted to make my own stuff. And this one up here is called Blackwing Chick. This one here was called Blackwing Shield or Feather Shield, one of the two. And then down here was Blackwing Blaze the Swift Wind. And the next card here is called Saber Roulette, which was just an X-Saber support card. And then these little drawings here, was when I moved on from Yu-Gi-Oh onto Cardfight Vanguard. I wanted to make my own clan for Cardfight Vanguard, which is how I originally just got onto making my own card game. So yeah, these little guys here was part of a new clan which was going to be called the Psychic Clan in Cardfight Vanguard. And he was called Psychic Joe, I believe. So yeah, these are just, as I was saying before, these are like the clans that I was coming up with. One was called Psychic, one was called Orochi, one was called Hunter, and then one was called Divine. And these were just like clans of different clans cards. Okay, so moving on from the papers, we now go on to like my little textbooks and stuff. So in here, you may recognize some things. There's not a lot here. There's just a couple. So the first card here is Fully Equipped, which you may recognize from... Let me just get the card once again. Again, we have this in Go Gauge now, Fully Equipped. The next card we have the Ultimate Knight, which again you may recognize from Go Gauge. This is the updated version. The Knight of the Light, again, which is in Go Gauge now. The Knight of the Night, which again is also in Go Gauge now. Then you have Doppelop, which is also in Go Gauge now. And now going back on actual Doppelop, he was a really OP card. Now, like, because his effect was, if you probably can't even read that, but it says this card cannot be destroyed by battle, spells, traps, or monster effects. A monster that attacks his face down monster is destroyed before damage calculation. I don't even know how that would even work, but yeah, Doppelop was a really OP card. So moving on, you could probably recognize another card here, which is Thingamajig Captain Horny, which again I also created in Go Gauge, which is here, which is an updated version. I can also show you something else which I did here. This is another updated drawing that I did of him. So that's the original, this is in Go Gauge, and that's the updated drawing. And then next we have Lieutenant Muscle, which again is also in Go Gauge now. This is the updated version. We have Sergeant Star, which also is in Go Gauge now. This is the updated version. And also, just like I did with Captain Horny, I also did another updated drawing of him in my notepad. Now that's all the ones in this little flip book. But also that I saw in my notepad, I did an updated drawing of Kingamajig, which I've also got in Go Gauge now too. So yeah, that was pretty interesting to see. I did originally have like a huge paper of all these Thingamajigs that I created, but sadly I had spilt like a drink on it when I was really younger, so I had to throw the entire page away. I had loads of stuff on there. I had like this dude called Egghead Lawyer, I think he was called. I had Mirror Man. I had something that was like built of telephones. It was just my little creations from when I was really young, which is what I call them, the Thingamajig. And King Majig was the ruler of them, I guess. Okay, so going back even further now, so my very first probably original drawings I ever did of cards is into my old maths book. Now as you can see on the first page is just a bunch of maths, so I'll skip through to where the cards actually start. Okay, so in here was an archetype that I created called the Aliens, and this was before they created aliens in actual Yu-Gi-Oh themselves. So here we have Alien Slave, and his effect was tribute this face-up card on your side of the field, special on one Alien Invader from your hand or deck to your side of the field. Again, looking back on my cards, I made my cards pretty OP. Because we have Alien Invader, which his effect was if this card was special summoned, you can select one of the following effects: inflict 200 points of direct damage, or destroy all cards on your opponent's side of the field, or discard all cards in your opponent's hand. Now, going from 200 damage to then doing those next two effects, I have no idea what I was thinking. Then next we have Alien Tamer, and his effect was, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. While this card is face up on your side of the field, face up alien Chimera Dogs cannot be destroyed by battle and gain 1000 attack. So yeah, he was pretty OP too. And next we have Alien Cyborg, and his effect is, this card can be special summoned from your hand if there are no other cards on your side of the field. And also, this card gains 1000 attack for all face up unknown cards on your side of the field, because they all came with their own new like type, which is called unknown. Then next we have Alien Chimera Dog, and its effect was, this card cannot be normal summoned or special summoned except if there is a face up alien tamer on your side of the field. And then its other effect is, this card is unaffected by spells, traps and effects controlled by your opponent. This card can attack all monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So that is a really OP card. And it has 3000 attack. And then with Alien Tamer it makes 4000 attack, and it's only level 7. I have no idea what I was thinking when I was younger. And then next we have Omega Alien, which its effect was, this card can only be special summoned by the trap card Alienation. The attack and defense of this card becomes all unknown monsters in your graveyard and on your side of the field times 1000. Each of your standby faces, you can special summon one unknown monster in your deck or graveyard per your side of the field. This card is unaffected by trap spells and effects controlled by your opponent. Okay then, yeah, we'll move on. Okay, so next we have Alien Wizard, and its effect was, if this card is special summoned from your deck to your side of the field, discard all cards in your opponent's hand and inflict 300 points of damage to your opponent's life points for each card. And draw the same amount of cards that was discarded. Wow, these cards. And then next is Alien Mirror Man, which I then also drew into the thingamajigs when I was a little bit older. So Alien Mirror Man, and his effect is, this card can copy any card on the field's effect, and its name is treated as the selected card, and it gets the same attack and defense as the selected card. This effect cannot be negated. And then moving even further back into the book, right at the back of the book, was a little archetype that I created for like a festive kind of thing, which was the bunny archetype. Maybe I should show you these guys first. So yeah, the bunny archetype. So first we have Bunny Boy, and its effect was, this card can attack directly and is unaffected by traps. And then we have Super Bunny, and its effect was, this card can only be special summoned by the effect of Suit Up. When this card is special summoned, destroy all cards your opponent controls and inflict 300 for each card. And then next card is Baby Bunny. Its effect is, by discarding this card from your hand to the graveyard, you can special summon one Bunny Boy from your hand or deck. And then we have Bunny Girl, and her effect is, by discarding this card from your hand, you can add Easter from your deck to your hand. And then up next we have Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny's effect was, this card can only be special summoned by the effect of Easter time. When this card is special summoned, choose one of the effects. Increase your life points by 500 for each bunny monster in your graveyard. Inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each bunny monster in your graveyard. And then we have Ninja Bunny. Ninja Bunny's effect was, while this card is face up upon the field, your opponent cannot attack any bunny monsters on your side of the field. This card cannot be destroyed by spells, traps, effects, or battle. Gee, wow, okay. And then next we have Easter Time. It's a spell card. This card cannot be negated. Just saying that straight off the bat. You can only activate this card while Easter is face up on your side of the field, and sending any number of bunny monsters from your deck to the graveyard, and special summon one Easter Bunny from your hand or deck to your side of the field. And then we have Easter, which is a field spell card by the looks of things. And its effect is, all bunny monsters on your side of the field gain 1000 points when they are attacked. And then we have Suit Up, which I actually really like the drawing of that. And its effect was, tribute one face up bunny boy on your side of the field, and special summon one super bunny from your hand or deck to your side of the field. So yeah, that's everything. Now there is something else I wanted to show you, because I didn't just make all my cards on paper like this. I actually came across a website called YugiohCardmaker, which I used to also create my cards on. I used to take pictures of them from here and put them onto it, which you could upload and then create Yu-Gi-Oh cards themselves on. So now, moving on from paper, let's go on to the laptop. Okay, so here we are. This is what I was speaking about originally, the yugiohcardmaker.net thing. It was a really cool website. It's been so long since I've been on here, and yeah, you could just create your own Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They look really professional. They look like they just came straight from the game itself and from a booster pack. So yeah, so here's one of them that I made. It's called Aftershock. Now there was a time when I used to use a certain deck called Battery Man in Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, I was this whole period of making like Thunder type cards and support cards for the Battery Man deck. So yeah, yeah, that's a little more of a backstory from me. And its effect was activate this card when a Thunder type monster you control destroys an opponent's monster result battle, and selecting that Thunder type monster inflict the attack of the selected monster to your opponent's life points. I mean, maybe I made OP cards when I was younger. I wouldn't even know, and maybe I don't have to read this out because you could just pause and look through yourself, I guess. So I made quite a few. Well, I made quite a lot of cards, as you can see here, and wow, I really made a lot. I'll just show you the ones that I actually have pictures of. So we have Assassin of the Ice Barrier. So the next card we've got here is Black Storm. Another thing is, which I thought was really cool, is you could actually you could choose what rarity you wanted the card to be too. So you could have a common card, a rare, super rare, and you know, like all the stuff that you find in Yu-Gi-Oh, and it would actually change that for you. So if any of you guys are actually interested in going onto this website yourself, this is what the website is called, just yugiohcardmaker.net. Create a little account for yourself and you can just create your own cards on there. Print and play, I guess. And you know, even if you can't find a layout for your own game, I suppose you can start here. Just upload your own game onto this website, cut them out, print and play. It'll just be in a Yu-Gi-Oh template. So yeah, we have Black Storm. I'll get completely off topic there. But we have Black Storm here, and now it was a support card for the Blackwings because I was a huge fan of Blackwings when I was younger. Up next we have Blackwing Blaze the Swift Wind. Again, it was another card that I drew myself and uploaded onto the website. Then next we have Blackwing Chick. I mean, I'm sure some of these pictures you've seen already. I showed you in the pictures that I drew myself on actual paper. But I'm just showing you them uploaded onto the website. So yeah, next we have Blackwing Chick. It's actually one of my personal favorite cards I ever made. Okay, so next we have Crystal Hero Lightning Claw. Again, you've probably seen this from the pictures that I showed you already. But just you get to see it as the actual layout of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, I guess. So next we have Crystal Hero Ruby Lady, which was the fusion between Burstinatrix and Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle. Then we have Crystal Hero Sapphire Wing. Then we have Crystallization, which was the fusion card to bring out the Crystal Heroes. Okay, so here was another one of those support cards that I was telling you about for the Battery Man deck that I used to play. And it's called Discharge. When a face-up Battery Man monster you control is selected as a target for an attack or an effect, you can return that monster back to your hand and special summon a Battery Man monster from your hand, except the returned monster. Then you have Dying Wheel of the Ice Barrier. So here was that Elemental Hero Gladiator Neos I showed you from before, just in the card version. Just as the same with here, Elemental Hero Lieutenant Silver. And here's Flameveil Fighter from previously that I showed you, just in card form as well. Then there's Flameveil Sword, which is an equipped card. It just didn't load the equip symbol, which I showed you previously, just in card form. Then next we have Freeze, which was an Ice Barrier support card as well. Frozen Soul, which again was another support card for the Ice Barriers. Gen X Trooper, from which I showed you before, I think. These are the negative battery men that I showed you from before, just in card form, and they actually have an effect on them because I didn't write an effect down in the drawings. And then next you have negative battery man minus C, which the last one was minus AA. I'm not sure if I said that or not. And then you had negative battery man minus D, along with negative battery man minus Cell. And this was another battery man support card that I created myself. It was called Outcharge. If you control a monster and your opponent does, you can special summon Battery Man monster from your deck and face up attack position. You cannot normal summon or set, and you cannot special summon monsters except Battery Man monsters for the rest of that turn. And here's Overburn, which was a Flameveil support card from which I showed you before, just in card form now. And then next you have Overcharge, which was another Battery Man support card, or mostly a Thunder support card, but its effect was select one face-up Thunder type monster you control, double its attack during the end phase to destroy the selected monster. Okay, so the next card was Recharge Soul, and I really like the picture for it. I guess it was because it was a battery. I don't know. It was supposed to be for the Batteryman again, and its effect was activate only when it faces a Batteryman monster you control as a shred by battle and sends to the graveyard. Especially summon that monster in face up a defense position and increases defense by 1000 to the end phase. Like, I just... I really like the art for that. So here's the Robo Cat from previously that I showed you, just in card form now. Then next is Robo Dog, again it's just in card form now. And then you have Robo Master, which again is just now in card form. And then next you have Saber Roulette, again it's just in card form from previously that I showed you. And then the next card here is Underdogs Baton. And now, I didn't make this picture, as you can see I found it on DeviantArt I believe. Or maybe I just searched from Google, I searched up Batteryman. And this picture came up. So yeah, I just uploaded that picture instead. I just thought it was a really cool drawing of the Batteryman monster. So yeah, Underdogs Baton. It wasn't particularly a Batteryman card. It is just because at the time I was like a huge fan of Batteryman. So yeah, everything was to do with Batteryman for me. And his effect, which you can only activate this card when a face-up monster you control attacked and was destroyed as a result of battle, whilst you control another monster with a higher attack than the previous destroyed monster. And by selecting that monster, during this battle phase only, double the selected monster's attack and it can attack twice. And then finally we have Zera Jr. just in card form. So yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Maker. That's all the cards that I made previously. As I showed you to begin with, there were so many more cards there, but not a lot of them had pictures, and it would just take way too long showing you through every single one of them. If any of you guys are interested in using the website yourself, I will leave a link down below so you can check it out. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Either way, it helps me out, I guess. If you didn't like the video, just drop down below what you didn't like about it so it can help me out to improve myself, my videos, my card games, and any of my content for you guys. Always love your feedback. I appreciate all of you guys. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.